Yes, yes, yes. All right. I'm doing it this way in the truck because I'm not going to be able to do it later on. Um, so that sucks. But nonetheless, want to go ahead and give my thoughts about the Royal Rumble. The road to WrestleMania officially is underway. It kicked off with the Royal Rumble Riyadh in Saudi Arabia. And I got to tell you guys this. I highly criticize the fact that Royal Rumble was going over there. The fireworks, the lights, the explosions, all that stuff was really cool to see. And it was somewhat of a mediocre Royal Rumble, at least for me. Um, Look, I'll start off. I'm not going to recap everything. I'm just going to go to the spots that kind of lit up for me, at least, right? I got a few minutes. I don't have too much time. I got to get back on the road. But like I said, this isn't the way I wanted to do it, but oh well. Okay, so the women's Royal Rumble match. I had predicted that Liv Morgan was going to win. Okay, I did. Now, I was thinking that if Bianca Belair came back, that she would win. Now, I did not think about Tiffy time, which I should have. Once I saw Tiffy time come in, first of all, Brie Bella coming in, I don't know, man. Brie Bella is kind of a dud for me. I'm just kind of like, okay. Between her and Nikki, it's not even close. It's not even close. The reason why the Bella twins were ever a thing was because of Nikki. That's it. That is it. Nikki completely outgrew Brie by a country mile, by the way. But when I saw, first of all, okay, well, actually, let me go back. The ladies have to do the Royal Rumble or anything in Saudi Arabia with full body suits. So I was just like the whole time, man. I was there. I was like, good gosh, man, it must be like a sauna for those chicks, man. But nonetheless, I will say this: So Ruka, damn man, that girl's got a future. If she sticks with it and takes it serious, that chick has got a future. That girl definitely got a future. That girl, wow, 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 wow. So Ruka. Um, Liv eliminates Raquel, right? Which let's see what friction that brings. So Ruka gets eliminated by Tiffy Time because So Ruka was gonna do some acrobatic stunt right while they're on the apron. They're all on the apron at this point, and Tiffy Time eliminates her. And as soon as she eliminates her, I am thinking, oh, is Liv gonna get her right now, or is it just gonna be teased? Because I'm thinking Tiffy Time now. At this point, I'm thinking Tiffy Time. Since I saw Tiffany Stratton go into the Rumble, I had switched and I thought, okay, she's gonna win it. But no, she didn't. Liv Morgan actually did eliminate her. I mean, right there with a snap of a finger after Tiffany Stratton eliminated Sol Ruka. And Sol Ruka, I was really impressed with. I was really impressed with her. So she's definitely got a future. So Tiffany Time, she's back, doesn't win it. Liv Morgan wins it. I'm fine with that. Who does she go after with now? I'm sorry, who does she go after now? Let me see. The Royal Rumble was a flop. Outside of the lights, the fireworks, the explosions, and all that stuff, yeah, it was. I mean, that was great about it. Super duper fireworks all over the place. It was like a Fourth of July fireworks show, man. That was the only cool thing to see. Well, I'll get to Liv Morgan, who is she gonna go afterwards? But um, Styles versus Gunther. I've been saying this over and over and over again. Okay. I don't know what it is, but Paul Hunter Hurst Helmsley Levesque really is over on Gunther. I don't, I'm not saying Gunther's a horrible wrestler. He's not even that young, honestly, to be like, man, he's massively the future. And he could be. I mean, look, he could stick around for, I don't know, another decade or so. But what is the fascination that Paul Triple H Levesque has with Gunther? He now retires Bill Goldberg, John Cena, and now AJ Styles. Like, is that gonna be Brock Lesnar's final match? Is it gonna be against Gunther? Is the Tribal Chief's last match gonna be against Gunther? Like, how many more dudes is Gunther just gonna go over on? How many more, legends is he gonna go over? Is that gonna be Randy Orton's last match against Gunther? Like, what is this fascination with Gunther? To me, he's just a decent wrestler. He's a better character than a wrestler for me, honestly. There's all the whole, night chops to the chest, all the slaps to the chest. I'm just kind of like, good gosh, man, come on, do something else. He's not a bad wrestler. He reminds me like a 1980s old school wrestler, which is kind of cool. It's kind of vintage like. I just don't understand the whole, hey, man, we need to have this guy eliminate, get rid of all the legends. He's going to retire all these legends. Like, for what? How much of the future is this guy really? But nonetheless, all right, it's a pretty good match. AJ Styles still got it. He still got it, man. But this was his retirement from WWE. And notice how they keep saying that. Notice how they keep saying WWE. Okay? They're not saying from wrestling. They're saying WWE. Now, I had my boy Big Bird on here when we did the predictions for the Royal Rumble, and he brought something to my mind that I was just like, okay, you know what? It makes sense. It makes sense. And now I believe it. Now I do believe it. I believe AJ Styles is done with the WWE. Now I think he comes out tonight at Monday Night Raw. Okay, I do believe that. But I think he's done wrestling in WWE. When he said 2026 is his final year, I believe this was his plan. Leave at the Rumble, that's where he debuted in the WWE, was at the Royal Rumble. And I believe he's going to finish off 2026 in TNA. He already made an appearance in TNA. By the way, shouts to TNA. They're actually on television now. You don't have to go to AXS anymore. So I do believe we'll see AJ Styles wrestling at TNA. And by the way, Styles, how he always talks about SmackDown, the home that AJ Styles built, right? In all reality, TNA is the home that AJ Styles built, for damn sure. So it looked like he was gonna retire and put his gloves down and everything, and then he puts them back on, because I believe that he is gonna continue to wrestle, just not in the WWE. I think he'll make his appearance tonight and say his final farewells. But I do think he goes to TNA and finishes off 2026 over there, because that's important to him. Hold on, I'm over here moving this stuff around, making sure I don't go over time over here. All right, moving on to the Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn match. Like honestly, I'm not gonna spend much time on it. I don't care. Sami Zayn wasn't gonna win. I mean, that was kind of the whole thing. Like, okay, is he gonna win? Is he gonna win? He didn't win. Oh well, so what? Um, you can't give the donkey the carrot because if you give the donkey the carrot, then the donkey stops walking. So this whole thing about Sami Zayn needs to become champion. He needs to become champion. Yeah, well, not this time. Not this time. And I don't even really care. I do believe, I said it before, I'll say it again. I do believe Sami Zayn becomes champion at some point. It's just not now. But at some point, yeah. Yeah, maybe towards the end of the year. Maybe towards the end of the year. Um, so I didn't even really care. But nonetheless, moving on to the men's Royal Rumble match. All right. They had the whole botch of having Braun Breaker. He was set to come out first, and then they turned it into a storyline. You know, Paul Heyman saying like, "Hey, you know what? He should be first because he has the higher ground." In reality, it doesn't matter. They just kind of botched it, but oh well. Well, you know what? Not in Saudi Arabia, Chris. In Saudi Arabia, they got to wear full body suits. So, gosh, it must have been like a freaking sauna for those chicks, man. And they're that long. Goodness gracious. Yeah, they're yeah. You know what? That's true. They look like Power Rangers. Yeah, they look the women look like Power Rangers. Yeah, with those outfits on. Anyway, Braun Breaker comes out, gets attacked. Everybody's thinking it's Seth Rollins. It could be Seth Rollins. Who knows? It could be Austin Theory. I've been saying it already for a while, man. Braun Breaker has outgrown the Vision. Not only has he outgrown the Vision, and when I say outgrown, I don't think he massively outgrew the Vision. You know, he's still somewhere around there, but I think he's bigger than the Vision. I think he could go further on his own. I'll tell you somebody who's actually being hurt by the Vision. That's Logan Paul. Logan Paul, in my opinion, was a bigger star. Hate the guy all you want. Heck, if I care. But I think he was actually a bigger star when he was not with the Vision. Now that he's with the Vision, I think he's actually getting kind of buried. He's kind of getting lost in the shuffle a little bit. But oh well. WWE Royal Rumble should be 2 nights. I think eventually it's going to be. I think eventually that's what they're headed for. You have the men's match one night, the women's match the other night, and probably have like 2 matches or 3 matches each night. Yeah, I think eventually it'll be 2 nights. Just like they did with SummerSlam. I think eventually they're going to do that with the Rumble. And who knows? Eventually they might do that with Survivor Series. Ever since they're going with the War Games match. You can have the war with the men's war game match one night, the women's war game match the other night, and just throw like 2 or 3 matches on top of it each night, you know. But anyway, Braun Breaker gets eliminated with the snap of a finger because he got attacked outside. Oba Femi was number 1. I believe Oba Femi is the future. I do believe that he is one of the guys that is the future. I like Oba Femi. Him, Braun Breaker, heck, even Dominic Mysterio. Those guys are the future of the WWE. Outside of that, what stood out to me? I like the way Cody Rhodes was eliminated. I like the way the American Nightmare was eliminated. Now, nothing against Cody Rhodes. Okay, it's not like I'm a Cody Rhodes hater or something. I'm not. But I thought it was pretty damn cool how he got eliminated. That was actually, I was down with that. It did trip me out. Okay. He's making his way back into the ring and just out of nowhere, like maybe Drew McIntyre can be the new Randy Orton instead of RKO out of nowhere. It can be Claymore out of nowhere. Cause just out of nowhere, Cody Rhodes is lifting himself back into the ring. Pow, Claymore to his left ear, which eliminates him out of the Rumble match. Hey, that was good. That out of everything that happened, that was actually fun. That was actually fun, at least for me. I don't know how everybody else saw it, but out of the entire night, outside of them just lighting up the sky with so many damn fireworks, it was ridiculous. The best thing out of the Rumble was the way Cody got eliminated. Oh, that was good. That was good. That was good. That was probably like that was the best thing. That was the best thing that they did that night. That was the best thing they did that night. Everything else was mediocre, good at best, but there was nothing great. And this is the Royal Rumble. This is one of the big four. This is the kickoff, to kick off the road to WrestleMania. And it was just like, it was all right. But but that was good. That was good right there. That I will say, that was good. Um, the final four was kind of surprising to me. I was thinking, once I saw Gunther come in at number 30, that's where I was just like, good gosh, you got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. You got this guy entering the Rumble, and I'm thinking to myself, no. He just retired AJ Styles. Are you really gonna have this guy win the Rumble match? This is ridiculous. But before I get to that, I do want to grab about this because I just remembered this. Chelsea Green was my pick to win. Okay, I had picked Liv Morgan. Once I saw Tiffany Stratton come in, then I was thinking, okay, no, Tiffany is gonna win. But no, Liv Morgan won. Something that was stupid too, man. Brock Lesnar gets in there. He has this face off with Oba Fleming, which is cool, right? Because those two guys facing each other would be, two powerhouses colliding, Oba Fleming and Brock Lesnar. I didn't even see Brock Lesnar get eliminated. I didn't. I'm watching the Rumble and I'm like, what the heck? Where's Brock Lesnar? And I'm thinking in my mind, like, is Brock Lesnar going to win the Rumble? Because I didn't see him anymore. So I was just kind of thinking, like, okay, he must be outside the ring. He must have not got thrown outside of the ring, but not over the top rope. Maybe through the middle rope, or maybe he's just hiding. Maybe he's just stashing himself away. I don't know. That's not really the Brock Lesnar way. That's more of a Miz move, right? So I'm thinking like, okay, so he's still around. I didn't know he got eliminated. Like, that is one of your biggest stars, man. Like, that is one of the guys that comes back and it's like, whoa, look at this. Look who's back. He gets eliminated and I had no idea. I had to see the reports afterwards that, he got eliminated during Jey Uso's entrance, which, by the way, got completely buried because Jey Uso comes in and he wants to run it again. And then the focus goes on him and Roman as Roman socks him in the face. So I'm like, what the heck? Why would you do it that way? And of course, you guys know I love my boy LA Knight. I wanted him to get some shine, and he didn't get too much shine. But nonetheless, so the last two is Gunther and Roman Reigns. I'm like, God, gosh, man, it has to be the tribal chief. Please don't let it be Gunther. Please don't let it be Gunther. Sure enough, it wasn't Gunther. Thank goodness. Thank goodness that it wasn't Gunther. Okay. And I'm like, okay, all right. Roman Reigns, like, okay, I'm cool with that. I acknowledge the tribal chief. You know what I mean? The tribal chief is here. He's gonna have a title match at the Rumble. So, all right, so let's go ahead and let's talk about who should the two go after. Well, let's start with Liv Morgan. I only got a few minutes before I gotta get back on the road. Let's start with Liv Morgan. I say the way it stands right now, which things can change, but the way it stands right now, La Primera, Stephanie Vaquer, and Jade Cargill are champions, right? I think a better match, hear me out. I think a better match would be Liv Morgan versus Stephanie Vaquer. I think that would be a better match. Okay. The better storyline, I think, would be Liv Morgan versus Jade Cargill. If nobody has noticed, Jade Cargill has turned heel. She is no longer a babyface. Now, how does that make for a better storyline? Well, Liv Morgan, whether people like it or not, Liv Morgan has organically become a fan favorite. Just the way Rhea Ripley, when she was a heel, having Poppy Dirty Dom by her side, people cheered Liv Morgan. I'm sorry, Rhea Ripley. They hated Dominic Mysterio, but they loved Rhea Ripley. And now Liv Morgan finds herself in that position now because people are cheering for Liv Morgan, even though she's a heel. And it's happened organically. People are cheering for her. People want her to win. So I would say you have Liv Morgan going back, like when she went after the title the first time, like the little engine that could, right? Because she's a small little thing, especially compared to Jade Cargill. To go after that title, have the Judgment Day turn on her or boot her out or whatever it may be, because people actually love Liv Morgan now. She could continue trying to be a heel. She's still going to get a pop. People like her. So, again, in ring, her versus La Primera will be a better match. I think her versus Jade Cargill will be a better storyline. And if they want to turn Liv babyface, which is the fans have already spoken, she's a babyface to them. Go after Jade Cargill. And just the size difference, it would definitely help Liv Morgan to be a babyface. Because if you have her go after Stephanie Vaquer and you want Stephanie Vaquer to remain babyface, you're going to have some people booing Stephanie Vaquer. You're going to have people booing La Primera. I'm cheering for Liv Morgan. You don't want that if you want to keep La Primera as a babyface. So I think she should go after Jade Cargill, right? Okay. As far as the tribal chief, who should he go after? In my opinion, it's an easy answer, and that's CM Punk. As it stands right now, yeah, you go after Punk, man. Who the flying flip wants to see? Especially everything that's going on with McIntyre. Like, what? It's WrestleMania. You gotta have Punk versus Roman Reigns. You gonna trade that in for him to go after the other champ? Come on, man. That doesn't sell. Not the way Punk and Reigns would. So I think that's a very, very, very easy answer. But it's the road to WrestleMania. It's underway. We still got Elimination Chamber to go through, which, remember this, the winner of Elimination Chamber matches, they get the other champion. You know, I was under the impression, because I had picked Braun Breaker to win the Royal Rumble, and I'm like, okay, he's gonna, because man, Braun Breaker, I'm telling you, that guy's the future, and he still might get a title shot at WrestleMania. It all depends who wins Elimination Chamber. But in my opinion, if the champions stay where they're at now, with La Primera and Jade Cargill, I think Liv should go after Jade. And if it stays with McIntyre and CM Punk, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer that that Roman Reigns should go with CM Punk. But anyway, that's my thoughts. I'll be tuning in to Monday Night Raw tonight. I just wasn't going to be able to do a live at 30 minutes beforehand, so I got to do it right. That's why I did it now. So I got to hit the road now. But that's my thoughts on the Royal Rumble. What's your guys' thoughts on it? You guys let me know. Catch you guys on next one.